Hey, everybody. Welcome to the DeTalented podcast, man. We're super excited to be back for one more episode. I think we got a good show planned tonight. Here in the studio with me, as always, tonight he is going to be on film while he's full of phlegm. My bearded, back-talking, better-looking co-captain, Mr. Jimmy DeTalent. What's up, Mr. Jimmy DeTalent?
Do you think about those in advance, or just right off the top?
I don't know. What did I just say?
I don't remember.
I just kind of come.
You keep them fresh.
I try.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
You know what? Another solid intro.
Man.
Another. It was almost a little subdued for you, man.
Just hold it back a little bit. Well, I know we're actually recording a day late because producer Rick was under the weather yesterday. Glad you're feeling better. Producer Rick is back, and then you are a little bit under the weather too, man. It's just going around.
Yeah.
We're just in that little.
It's that time of year,
like
man.
Like producer Rick said, it's that flip.
Yeah.
From fall to spring, and from spring to. Or from winter to spring, I guess is what it is. But I get it. If you have any kind of allergies, I'm rocking a headache a little bit right now from it, man.
Yeah, I don't know if I have allergies. I don't know. It's all that barometric pressure, man.
You know,
it's
part of the meteorological process.
Don't make me try to say that.
I'm just gonna keep saying it until you try to repeat it.
Meteorological.
Hey, that's okay.
Meteorological. I think I got it right there.
I'm not gonna say. Pistachio.
I
said it right though.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah. You know what? That one time, that one episode, you were like, "Oh, is that what you said?" You said it right. I went back to watch it.
Did you say it right?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
I know. I did not. I thought I did. You were correct on that one.
Yeah.
I said pistachio.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I get that extra S in there. It's like, how's little kids say spaghetti? Biscotti.
Yeah.
I don't even like biscotti. You know, we eat spaghetti at my house 2 times a year.
And you don't like that? The 2 times that you eat it?
Actually, because we only eat it 2 times a year, I actually enjoy it. But if it gets any much more than that, and I know that I'm weird for that. Like most people enjoy spaghetti, man. Most people really like it. But I love.
Is it the red sauce? You don't like the red sauce?
Maybe, but in my next statement, shoots my own self in the foot because my wife Laura makes, dude, her lasagna is. Yeah. So good.
So then you like red sauce in that setting?
I like red sauce.
It's
on
virtually almost the same ingredients. I mean, a lot of the same ingredients.
I think it's because we ate spaghetti so much.
Yeah.
When that's a cheap meal.
Yeah.
You can make a lot of it. So it's one of them things, man. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm not. Well, to be honest, Italian food is not one of my go-tos.
Okay.
Yeah. I like Mexican food, which we had today for lunch.
That was a nice little coincidence.
It wasn't it, man? I know. We go in today to eat lunch for Ella's Give Back Day today. And me and Laura are sitting in there for lunch. And then I see him walk in and he's like, "Is anybody sitting there?" And I was like, "No, come on." So and it was right when we ordered. We pretty much ate together. Yeah. Well, you know what's funny is I had my food first, but you were still done with your food before I was done with mine.
I chowed that Chad burrito down.
The only thing my deal with Chad burrito is if you order it, you got to bring a roll of toilet paper with you.
Man, it didn't bother me.
And you know what, man? Honestly, I've seen people. I think it might have just been that day, the one I got, because I've seen people's and it don't look as extreme. Like, dude, mine tasted like nothing but hot sauce. I was like, I felt like I was drinking hot, and it wasn't even like that hot sauce in the kind of. It ain't like ghost pepper or something that kills you. It was just. With the absence of any other taste, the hot sauce ain't that great. Yeah, it's like just eating it on a soft shell.
Right,
tons of it with the meat, I guess you would say.
Well, mine was good today, and like I said, I knew that tonight I wouldn't have the opportunity to get down there, so that's why I stopped in real quick today.
Well, I know I enjoyed it, but
my wife is at fault for this one.
I like that.
You forgot it's all day. It's all day, man. We just went at lunch because I knew we had to shoot tonight, and then and so we just kind of me and Laura arranged it to where she actually left work and picked me up for lunch, and then we went and ate with you, and then took her back.
Literally, I knew I had a very limited amount of time, and we were in and out.
Yep. Absolutely, man. So what's been going on, man? What's happening? How's it going? How's your world going? How you feeling? I know you're feeling a little under the weather, but other than that,
Other than that, just peachy keen.
just peachy keen.
Look at that. You even brought in the drink. Just peachy keen.
Yeah,
Peachy keen. You like that?
I do.
You did not appreciate
no,
that.
I did. Well, no, because I didn't. Okay,
Yeah,
I wasn't.
see?
I wasn't that quick, but I get it now. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I like it. It's a great day.
Yeah, see, I was waiting for that.
Yeah, right.
I was waiting for that.
Or you know what? Your wife and my youngest son thinks it's a great day.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Yeah. So get this, man. They go to the casino yesterday. And they both do well. My son walks in, my baby. I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
Going out, testing the waters. I was like, good job coming home with something. I was like, now what you do is enjoy that. That takes it. Guess what?
They're back.
They're there right now. They're at the casino again because
Giving it back.
that's what happens. That's what happens. That's what I try to explain.
They said, hey, you know what? We took too much of their
Yes.
money. We're going to go give it all back and then some.
Yeah, because that's how it works. That's how they get you.
Lightning does not strike twice.
It does not. Absolutely. I don't know. I hope they do well again. But here's the thing: we're not gonna be. If they do well again tonight, we're gonna lose control.
Oh, yeah. It's over.
It's over.
They're going to say that. You know what they're going to say? Man,
That's gonna be their
that's
new-
my
that's
my
their
new
new
full-time
career.
job.
We're professionals now.
They're going to Vegas, baby. Oh goodness, what they're goon. And the funny thing is, it's just Sam and Aunt Sarah. So
That's
it's
it.
just
Yeah.
aunt and nephew. But
I can see the future.
They're like-
He's going to be pushing her in the
I
wheelchair
know, yeah,
in the
Yeah.
next 40 years.
yeah,
She's going to tape up smoking. She's going to have
You're
like one of those.
yeah.
You're going to have her oxygen mask on with a
It'll be
cigarette hanging out of
It'll
her.
be like stop or my grandma will shoot.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how it'll be. He'll be pushing her around.
Yeah, man.
She'll be, yeah, no. It's funny that I guess they're just bestie buddies, man.
I guess
Just,
so.
You know, Aunt Sarah and Aunt Sam, the super squad, I guess, had the double S thing going on.
That's funny.
So, man, let me ask you something, man. Have you watched any more of this freaky show about Ed Gein, man?
Man, you know what? I paused on it. It was really. It's one of those shows where you don't really have the feel goods after you watch it.
Man, it's awful. I watched.
I think I stopped at episode 5. Maybe.
I think I'm at 3 or 4.
Okay.
But it brings to light a lot of. Did you know he's not even a serial killer?
So what constitutes as a serial killer?
So-
Is it 2 or more in 2 different settings?
It's yeah.
You know, I know you know.
yeah,
That's
it's
why
on-
I'm asking.
so it used to be-
You know what? I said I wasn't going to get loud. I think I got loud on that one.
Did you clip
You
a
did.
ripper? But it's okay. So the original criteria to constitute being a serial killer was 3 or more murders. And yes, I don't think like a mass murder would count. I think it has to be
Different
3 separate
timeline.
murders or whatever. But they did in 2008 or something like that
Change
change
the
it
criteria.
to 2. And I don't know why, because I don't think
I think what made him so
he was a ghoul.
man, it was just what he did.
He was a
Was
ghoul.
wild,
Yeah.
man.
He was literally like the definition of a ghoul. Now he did kill a couple people.
He did,
and they're pretty sure he killed his brother. That would be 3.
And also, weren't there some missing persons cases that around that area around that
I think
time?
there are some accusations
Yeah.
of it,
but nothing. You can't prove those.
Yeah, you
so
can't-
what he did do was to kill 2 people, right?
Yes, he killed 2 people. He killed those 2 women.
And then they dug up a bunch of graves.
Yeah, and just did freaky stuff with
Yeah.
the bodies, right? Made stuff out of them, and then of course was making himself the bodysuit. He wanted to be his mother. And for whom are 3 or more people with killings taking place over a period of more than 1 month or 3 separate events, right? Okay, so I don't know where I heard somewhere that they changed it to 2, but to me this is the right answer anyway. I think that's correct. It's 3 or more people in separate. In separate settings. You know what's crazy though is watching that. And here's another. Let me just say this. Here's another reason I stopped watching it. I know from being a weirdo and kind of following this stuff all the time, and also from watching a recent kind of documentary about that is that they took so much creative liberty.
Well, what I saw is, they did.
You know, so it's kind of not, you know, it's like, why bill it as something that's true when you've essentially you've based it on a true story, but you've put so much in there false that, you know, it's not really good. But here's what it made me do. I was just curious, and so I went and looked. I was like, you know, who are what's this? I know there's a lot, but dude, I wasn't even aware of how many serial killers the U.S. Has had in its history, man. And it all started. Have you ever heard of a guy named H.H. Holmes?
Yeah.
H.H. Holmes.
He was active between the 1880s
shaking my
and
head, no.
1894.
Nobody can hear me.
H.H.
No, I
Holmes.
had never until I saw
Until you
this.
saw that list.
I think H.H. Holmes is considered the first serial killer, at least in America. He is after Jack the Ripper, which a lot of people consider the first serial killer, and also one more guy over there. But man, he had like this. He had this big mansion, and he would lure people in there, dude. And the rooms were all like these. He set up the rooms as like torture devices, and he would like gas them, and he's a freak too, man. And when he got a lot, I know from reading, you know, about him in the past, he got a lot of his victims from whatever year that was that they had it, but he was active during one of the World's Fairs, and so he got a bunch of people from that World's Fair.
Yeah.
And he did it. And at one point, he had like a soda shop, and it's just this, you know, like supposedly some normal guy. You know, I don't even know what's it say his body count is.
Well, it
9.
says confirmed 9, but what is
Yeah.
it? Is that 27?
I can't
suspected?
tell. I don't know why my spreadsheet did that. So I can't even tell. But really, I just bring him up because he's like the first one. He's not nearly, I guess he's kind of recognizable. There's all kinds of old ones, though, that go back that predated what even the term serial killer was, like Albert Fish. Have you ever heard of Albert Fish?
I have heard of Albert
Like
Fish.
he was a freak, man.
Yeah.
He wrote, so he killed this little girl, and he lured her into this thing, kept her in this house for 8 days while he did whatever he did, and ended up he ate her. He was and did the other stuff too. And then he wrote this apparently just abominable letter to the family and the police, to where the chief of police or whoever it was that was in charge of when that letter came in said it was so vile and disgusting that he would make sure that the contents of that letter never got released. Nobody ever knows. No. But apparently he detailed like
exactly
every serial thing he did and send it to this, you know, the mom. So, but what got me, here's what made me think. It's like, dude, there are so many people that are here's the thing that's different about a serial killer, dude. They're not mad at who they're killing. They're not. It's not like they're, you know, you think about a murder, you know, people get so mad at somebody that they murder them over, you know, maybe property or you know, relationships or, you know, family issues where someone is literally got to the point where they hate somebody, they want to kill them, or they're so angry at them they kill them out of what do you call it, like just impulse or whatever. But think about this, these guys, man, these people on this list: Ted Bundy, Gary Ridgway, Fish, H.H. Holmes, the John Wayne Gacy, Berkowitz, Dahmer. They weren't mad. They didn't even know. Here's what makes them so dangerous and so untraceable is they don't even know the people they're killing.
Yeah.
There's no contact. They just do. There's literally this breed of individual out there that just likes to kill.
They're like Sheldon with physics, except for they're killers.
Yeah.
Right.
They have no emotion.
Right. They have
void of any sort of empathy. Right. They've had to have studied like one of their brains, right? Has that happened? You would think.
Well, I think they have. Maybe we can do a quick search on that. But I think they have, and I'm thinking they have identified some differences in maybe the frontal lobe or whatever it is. What is it that doesn't develop until you get older? Is that your frontal lobe? Like until you're like 25, your frontal lobe's not fully developed or something like that?
There's something in there. I don't know what exactly.
Access is limited. Oh, Ted Bundy's brain was removed and examined by scientists, but they found no obvious abnormalities.
Wow.
But dude, let's just get down to it, man. When it comes to it, it's evil, right?
The prefrontal cortex.
That's what
they found reduced glucose metabolism.
Well, that's sugar. General murderers have if it showed reduced gray matter in their brain, so they got all. Excuse me. They've got all kind of little differences in there that they've found. I guess I don't know, but how do you really? I guess the question is, man, how do they make it so hard? People are like, well, it took them so long to catch them. It's like, well, how do you catch them? Because most of the time they're intelligent individuals, right? They're not dumb people. They're usually smart, and so they don't leave a whole lot of evidence. At least the ones that are doing it. I will say this: it's harder now because all the DNA and everything that they can do. Man, they can track. Man, they can track you down. They're catching murderers from 50, 60 years ago now.
Because of the technology.
I've seen videos where they're going arresting like 90-year-old men that, they found DNA that they'd saved or whatever that they couldn't do nothing with back then that they're able to do stuff with now. So it is that.
Well, like Dennis Rader, the BTK killer, he was dormant, right? Like his era was 74 to 91.
Yeah.
He hadn't killed past 91, right? And then somebody came out and they were talking about the cases, and then he
sent like that floppy disk.
Yes, and he was like, "Hold on, you can't trace this or anything." And they were like, "No, we can't trace that back to you. You're safe."
Yeah, and the floppy.
They trace it back to his church.
Yeah, the floppy disk. I think what they did was just went back and read the last format, which is for any IT person is nothing. That's not hard, right? I think how many producer Rick, you might know this. I think you got to. Back then, I don't know now with newer technology, I think you had to format it 32 times before it was all gone, right? Wasn't it something like that?
Yeah, I didn't even think it was that high. I thought it was like 6 formats and you were good.
Okay, maybe it was. Yeah. But I guarantee you he didn't do it. I bet he erased it and put his stuff on it and then sent it out. And then they just went and looked and they found all those. That's what they did. They went back to the last format. They rebuilt that data, and there was files from the church on the disk. He was like the church clerk or something.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
I mean, we used to drill ours, right? Because I don't even trust. They could probably pull it forever.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah, we always drill holes in them. Yes, for sure. To get rid of data. And it ain't like we ever even have. I mean, that's just personal data that we didn't want to grab, like, banking information, man. Can you imagine being a serial killer and sending in a floppy disk from your church? Here you go. You can't track, that shows you how he was really smart, but then really dumb.
Well, and then his ego got the best of him because whatever they were saying about it, he didn't like.
He just didn't like what they were saying, and so he wanted to brag. But so many of them brag, though, man. A lot of them brag about it and like send stuff to the cops, and because that's what a lot of them. That's part of their deal is they want the infamy. To them it's it's recognition because most of them suffer with ego problems, low self-esteem, and
being ostracized in some way.
Yeah. And a lot of them come from having issues. A lot of them have mommy issues is what it boils down to.
Well, like Ed Kemper, didn't he? And so he ended up killing his grandparents when he was underage. Yeah. They released him when he turned 18 or whatever. And then he went on this. He killed a lot of college,
a few college girls, but
he did a lot of disturbing things too. And then I think his last crime was killing his mother.
Yes,
is that correct?
Yeah, and then I think he called and told him that he did.
Yeah,
dude, he was he's a monster.
Oh, he's like 6'8", 6'9".
Dude, yes, he's a
and his IQ is like 160.
I think they call him the smartest. At one point there's a video or something like the smartest serial killer.
Well, he was at one point giving psychological profile evaluations.
Yeah, they said that,
and he had even changed some of the methodology.
All of the cops and the prison guards said that they were like, dude, we all felt bad because we liked him so much.
Yeah.
It's like he's so likable. He's the nicest guy you would ever talk to. And if you ever watch interviews with him, he's so polite and he's like
very articulate.
Yeah, he's just, when it gets,
unless you're a female.
When Freaky
right.
and I just think for him, Freaky Friday's got to fall, man. It's got to be the right time, and then there's no
it's
hope.
Like that full moon comes out and it's over. So, man, who is this Samuel Little? 60 confirmed kills.
Sam Little, man, is if you let's look him up. He is in L.A. I think I can't remember what his name was. There's two. He's not the Golden State Killer. The Golden State Killer is the white man. Sam Little is here's a rarity. I'm pretty sure Sam Little is a black man, an African American man, which is very rare for them to be serial killers,
as a serial killer, right?
Yeah.
So it says he was convicted of 8 murders, but he confessed to committing 93, but then that list said 60.
Yeah. So many of the serial killers, once they get, convicted of so many, if it require, what's he going to get? 5 more death sentences? 5 more?
Yeah, what's the point?
Yeah.
I mean, I might as well.
Yeah. But they still try to do that. But what did they call him? Did he have a call name? I think he did.
So this says something about after a Texas Ranger began to elicit from him a breathtaking number of confessions.
93 victims, strangled 93 victims.
The FBI has confirmed Little to be the most prolific serial killer in history.
That's crazy. But I don't think that's true.
And then this says he strangled 93 victims between 1970 and 2005.
But I think there are other ones like Gary Ridgway. He got convicted of like 40 or something. But him and Ted Bundy, they said that their victim count could actually be up around 200 or even more. You know what I'm saying? So just depends. But this guy, I guess he didn't have I guess he wasn't known as something. But I know he killed a lot of people, and he was. Man, if I'm thinking right, he was like a mechanic. And they found him through like mitochondrial DNA or something, like DNA through his son or something like that. Like, and somehow they can get your DNA if you leave it somewhere. So like they got to have a warrant if they come to you and say, hey, we got a warrant for your DNA to like swab you. Mm-hmm. But what they'll do is so if they want your DNA, they'll like watch you go to a coffee shop or something. And then when you throw your cup away, the cops can go get it and go run tests. As long as nobody's touched it, that's totally legal for them to do. And so it's a little crazy that they're able to do that. But that I think that's how they caught him, something like that.
So, man, he was everywhere. I'm seeing Miami, Florida. I saw Covington, Kentucky.
Yeah, which is close to here.
Yeah, and there was somewhere else. Las Vegas. So this guy just bounced around,
killing folk.
And you think about it, at some point, that was probably, like you said, pretty undetectable and pretty easy to do, especially in the 1970s.
Yeah, because the way that they catch murderers is their connections.
Yeah.
That it's usually always
they're looking for a motive.
They're looking for motive.
Yeah. What motive is this? It's just very random.
Their motive is their own impulses or whatever, the behaviors that they can't control.
And especially you go into a strange town that you've never been in before, you've never resided in.
Pick somebody. That's like that Larry Hall guy that we watched Blackbird about.
Yeah.
Man, he was going to those different towns while he was doing the what do you call it? The Civil War reenactments.
Yes.
And he would see a little girl on a bike or something, and he would snag them. And then nobody would ever, they'd be like, who? And they'd be gone. And so that's what makes them so scary, is that they're so undetectable because of that. And the only way that we catch them now is if they mess up and leave something.
And now, though, you think about it, man, in this age, not only just the science of the DNA and being able to go back and trace that.
Cameras.
Look at all
everywhere.
The cameras, exactly.
There's eyes in the sky
everywhere.
And it ain't even just cameras, man. It's, I think we've mentioned before, but I guarantee you, I could sit here right now and talk about a product for 30 seconds, and later when we leave and I open up social media, I'll have an ad for that product.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've been near people that I've never met in my life and met them physically, and then 2 hours later get a friend suggestion on Facebook for that person. So that they knew, they were like, oh, look, these two people are close together by our devices. That's the only way that works, man. These aren't people I've ever. This happened. I was at a gym, met this guy through another friend that I was with. Had never met him before, and I don't remember if it was an hour later, if it was while we were actually still at the gym. That cat came up as a friend suggestion on Facebook. Dude, that's scary.
I know.
So they are making it harder and harder to get, and that's like. I don't know about you. I don't know if you guys do this. Do either one of you guys use like, I don't know. Do you guys use like Alexa or
I don't.
Siri or anything?
Not really.
We do. We have one in our house.
So yeah, we use Alexa for like Laura's best friend is Alexa. I'm serious. Like she'll get up, like Laura will get up and be like, "What time is it, Alexa?" And she'll be like, "Good morning, Laura. How are you today?" And she'll like give her the weather and tell her all her stuff. Or Laura will be like, "I need to set my alarm," and Alexa will be like, "Laura, would you like me to set it for 6 a.m. like normal or whatever?" I mean, it's just crazy. And but everything we do, if we run out of something, Alexa, add this to the shopping list. If we want music, Alexa, play this. But I'm telling you, you think I guarantee you, Alexa be listening to everything.
Oh, for sure, man.
Yeah.
Well, and have you seen that on your phone, on your maps, where like if you go to a place like church, like Sunday morning, I can look at my phone and I'll see the church, a dot, on the church on my map, or like a place that I play like often on Fridays, a Friday I'll see, Buds. On Friday night, I'll see on my map. You know what I'm talking about.
While you're there, or even while you're not?
Before I get there.
So it just knows that's a destination of yours.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I know, man.
Yeah.
They be watching, dude.
Yeah, man.
It's spyware. Spyware is taking on a whole new different meaning, hadn't it?
I'm messing mine up.
I'm telling you.
Never leave your room.
Right.
Oh no, man. But they do, and I mean, they track all of that and listen. I even speaking of that, like even on my phone, this is a good thing. But like if I go somewhere and then I get back in my car, and I open up maps, it'll say, do you want to go home now?
Mm-hmm.
And it'll automatically go to my house. You know what I mean? I don't tell it or ask it to do that.
Yeah.
Even Spotify now has got an AI DJ.
I've been using that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. But it'll come up and be like, does it go, "Hey, Jimmy,
yeah,
I'm going to rock out with some of the stuff you like from 2023.
Yes. Yeah.
And then they'll play it and they'll fade it out. I like it too, man.
Yeah.
And let me tell you what's happened, dude. My favorites list has exploded since I've been using this DJ thing, man.
Yeah.
Because I'm constantly adding to it. So I like it for that reason. I got more if I want to play my playlist. There's so many more because, dude, that's one thing about me. I'm not very good at that. I'll get grooved in on an artist and wear them out to where everybody around me hates me.
Right.
Right. Because I'll get in and just list. I'll just start my play. Here's
Sure.
the thing: get in, start my playlist every time. Starts at the first song. We go all the same places. It's always the exact same thing.
Always
you hear,
the same.
Right to almost to the exact same spot in the song, man. So I do like that it varies it up, a little bit. And then, if I'm by myself, I can throw on my playlist and shoot. Today I listened to one song like 4 or 5 times in a row.
What song was it?
It was Slow Dancing in a Burning Room, but it was
the Riley Green version.
Ernest.
Ernest version.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love Ernest, man.
I do too.
I like Ernest. Here's the thing, man. I know he's not. I don't think it's his biggest strength or anything, but I really like his vocals, man.
Yeah.
I really.
Well, his biggest strength is writing.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And man, that last Jelly show that you got to go to that we didn't go to.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be.
He was there.
I thought he canceled.
I saw him. I watched him. He was there.
Remember, they said he canceled because he wanted to spend time with his kid or whatever.
He did in that show. He was there.
And
that might have been after. Was that after?
No, it was before that because I remember thinking. Yeah, I remember that influencing my.
Don't let me lie to you. I'm pretty sure he was there. I've seen him live, and it had to be there.
Yeah.
I'm almost 100% sure that was the show I saw. It was him and Shabuzi.
Yeah.
And Jelly, and then somebody I can't remember who else.
Man, I'd be afraid to see what Jelly's tickets will be now if he comes back. They'll be.
Man, you'd like to think a guy like that would keep it reasonable.
I don't think he has a choice.
Yeah.
How much influence over price do you think the artists have?
I don't know. That's a good question, man.
I mean,
I know.
Do you really think they have any?
I do. I think it depends on your level. Yes, I think depending on how far up the chain you are, I absolutely do think that you have some amount of control.
Because even what's his name, Oliver Anthony, like he turned down the deal because he was like, I'm not gonna charge people to do that what they wanted to force him to charge people. But I guess he wasn't. I guess he wasn't blown up that big at that point to where he could come on and have full control over that kind of thing. I guess Jelly's pretty big at this point. That whole group of kids is, man, Hardy and Morgan Wallen and Bailey Zimmerman and Jelly and Chase Matthews, I think, is in that group now. But I seen a real funny video the other day.
Sorry, I'm not paying attention, but yeah, look.
Oh, yeah, right on.
Yeah. That was that
he
date.
Was definitely there.
Sarah's birthday.
Yeah. Okay, right on.
Yeah.
So that was almost a year ago.
Yep.
I'm surprised he's not coming back at the same time.
Who, Jelly Roll?
I guess he might. Is he not on tour?
I think his tour cycle's over.
Okay.
I think.
Well, I was just going to say something about something with this.
Sorry.
No,
I threw that in. Threw you off.
Something funny.
I don't remember what it was, man.
You know what's wrong with all these serial killers? They didn't have Harry.
Hey,
man, no kidding.
That's true.
He could have directed him to do good.
Harry's a game changer.
Yeah,
man.
he really was.
And now that we're bringing it back around to serial killers,
that was producer Rick right there, bringing him back around.
But yeah, it is funny because we don't, anyway. It's funny that we got on serial killers, then we got on country music. Let's make our buddy Billy Bolin upset.
Garth Brooks.
Yeah, let's talk. Let's talk about Garth Brooks being a serial killer.
So
what do you think about that?
Tom Segura is the one that comedian Tom Segura. He's the one who instigated that
from the very get go. Like if that's his idea,
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
There are people that have put time and energy into tracking like movements of it.
I might be wrong. I don't see Garth being a serial killer myself. Do you?
Absolutely not.
I think he might kill a bowl of cereal or two.
Probably Fruit Loops.
Yeah, Tom.
The idea of Garth Brooks serial killers conspiracy that was originated as a joke.
Comedian's joke in 2018.
Tom Segura.
Yep.
Announcing a tour showed a serial killer smile. Viral spread. Wow, that joke dude. I watched this one podcast where this dude, he's written a book about it, and they've tracked all his. Like where all his shows were and where bodies were found.
Oh my!
Where one girl like disappeared from a truck stop that people had pictures of Garth Brooks tour buses rolling through there right at that same time. Yeah. It's like crazy, man.
What if that ended up to be true though? How wild would that be?
Chris Gaines is like, quit.
Right.
Well, that's the thing.
Right?
If Garth is a serial killer, it's definitely Chris Gaines. I mean, it's one of those situations.
Yeah.
You know.
He puts on that wig.
Are you a serial killer? No, but Chris is.
But Garth isn't.
Garth good. Chris bad.
Garth good.
That's why I ain't let him do one album. No.
Oh, man.
But like I said, though, the craziness is that they just kill people for, literally, I guess you can't say no reason because to them,
it's that reason. It's feeding that
impulse.
What does, itch.
Yeah,
urge.
That's what it's doing. It's
satisfying my
scratching
dark
the
passenger.
itch. Yeah. It is that's a good way to put it. They scratch that itch.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, look at that person. They about to scratch my itch.
Yeah.
And just go strangle them
and then it becomes that uncontrollable desire where they can't see anything else but getting to that person.
Hey, you know what, man?
Ending their life.
Isn't it crazy how many things in life that you wouldn't think could become addictions?
Yeah.
Because when we think of addiction, we think of things that we take in, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, people get addicted to things they put out too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what that is, man. That's an addiction that stems from whatever, and most of them have these similarities. Like when they're kids, they pee there's the triad, they call it, the deadly triad. Most serial killers, when they're little, harm animals, start fires, and wet the bed. That's called the deadly triad. Have you never heard that?
Yeah, I have, but I had like two out of the three of those, and I'll let you guess.
Me too. That's why I was just like, wait a minute.
I know one that you had for sure, and it wasn't bedwetting.
Oh man.
No, I think, and you got to do that to some degree, like what you did. That would, I know what you're talking about. That's funny. I'm not gonna say it because, dude, that would turn you into a hated man.
Yeah, it would.
Get you ran out of your neighborhood.
It would, for sure.
Wow. Anyway.
Yeah.
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys.
But this is repeated behavior of arson.
Yeah.
Wed betting and
what'd you say?
Wed betting. Is that what I said?
That's what you said.
That's what you said.
Bedwetting. Well, bedwetting.
Yeah, I got
your wife and my son are wed betting. Right?
That's right. That's right.
But and then like mutilation and abuse of animals.
Yeah.
Small animals.
Right.
Like they'll, the cute like Jeffrey Dahmer's dad found like a pile of little animal bones. And he said he just wanted he liked the way their insides felt and looked. That's what he did.
That's crazy.
He's another freak. We can talk about him. Jeffrey Dahmer was a freak, bro.
Yeah.
Freak. He killed his first one. Some dude was just like hitchhiking. You know that they tried to pin, and I don't know if this is true. He apparently worked at a pizza shop and drove a van the same color as the van they seen that little Adam Walsh got into. He lived in Hollywood, Florida then at that time.
Is that
Jeffrey
right?
Dahmer was confirmed blocks away.
Really?
During the Adam Walsh murder.
Was that his MO though? Did he ever
Never. See his but at that point he would have been a young man.
Yeah.
He probably had a couple kills in, however, but not many. And then there he comes up on, because what it was is that little boy was alone in Sears. I think I remember that. And his mom said, "Yeah, you can look at the video games." Because back then, I guess they didn't think about, you didn't think you could never, you wouldn't do that with your kid now that age. He was 8, I think, and she said, "I'll be right back. Stay right here." Came back. They never seen him again until they found, what they found, which they found him. I don't think they ever found his body.
So he was dismembered, and they found
only found his head.
Yeah, and it was a storm drain.
It was in a ditch or something.
Okay.
Yeah. But then look at that. What's his dad's name?
Adam.
No.
Adam Walsh.
Adam Walsh is the kid.
Oh no! What? Oh, you're right. What?
I can't remember, but he's the one that does like America's Most Wanted.
Yes. Man, what is that guy's name?
Yeah. It's Walsh.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Walsh.
Yeah, but John Walsh.
John Walsh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's caught. He's put a lot of people behind bars.
Yes, he has.
Man.
Yeah. And you hate that, but man, he turned that into good.
Yeah,
I mean, that was a horrific.
Adam's mom and his marriage did not survive it.
Is that right? Yeah.
And going back, there was a movie put out about it. I remember, and you think about the kind of hurt that they experienced together at that would be, that's what's so bad about when you kill somebody like that is you're tearing apart the people that they leave behind.
Yeah.
How could we're all dads. How does your heart and mind react to something like that happening to you? Right.
That's another one of those things I have to remember. Vengeance is God's.
I know.
Right? You're right.
Yeah. Remember, what was that movie Samuel L. Jackson was in where he got the killer in the courtroom for attacking his little girl in a bad way? Remember that?
Was it Mississippi Burning?
No.
Am I thinking
no, that wasn't it. That wasn't the one, Jimmy.
No, wait a second. Was it?
What's the wrong kind of?
What's the one? What's the one with Matthew McConaughey? He's the lawyer.
That's the Lincoln Lawyer.
No.
Oh
no. Look that up, producer Rick.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. That's a good movie.
Yeah.
With him.
Eve's Bayou.
No.
A Time to Kill.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one.
Yeah, but that's not the one that you're talking about with Matthew McConaughey as the lawyer.
It's not.
Oh, is it? Oh, I guess it is. Yeah, I guess it is. Yes, it is. He is. You're right. He's the lawyer that defends Samuel L. Jackson for doing what he did, and he gets him off.
Because it was like,
just in case nobody's seen the movie and you needed to spoil it.
Yeah, they did, and I hope they burn in hell.
Yeah.
That was like the big line.
Wow. I could have closed my eyes and I would have swore you were that superhero on The Incredibles. That's what you sound like. Have you seen him as the superhero on The Incredibles?
No.
Dude, you did a really good Samuel L. Jackson.
You like
there.
that?
It was pretty good, man. Wasn't bad.
Ozone.
Was that just because you were sick?
I think so. Just the right pitch from my mucus.
Me and Sam been like, Sam will walk by at home now and I'll go, hello, mother. And he'll be like, Dad, no. Hello, mother. Have you had a nice evening, mother?
He did a really good job, didn't he, Charlie Hunnam?
Ozone?
Huh?
What was his name? Not Ozone in that?
Oh, I don't remember what his name was in it. I thought he was like an ice guy.
Frozone.
Was he
Frozone?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there he is. Look, that's you. That's you, Jim.
That's funny.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Where is my super suit?
Yeah. You do really that's funny, man. But I don't know. Serial killers are weird, and he did do a good job. Charlie Hunnam did a good job, but
he did a good. Well, yeah. I mean, I was particularly talking about that voice.
That voice is awful
because man, he is so different.
Because it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, dude. That's
like I said, man. That was just
that's creepy.
Too dark. That's good. It's good job.
Hello, mother.
I don't know, man. It's just a dark.
It is
dark.
Dude, he's flaying people, dude.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. Well, okay. Let's go back to what I said earlier, where it's not necessarily they're looking for these differences in their brain. I wouldn't accept that anyway, because that would mean that I think that they're made that way. They're not. It's evil. That's the devil, man.
And that's it.
Killing is evil. Period. Yeah. No matter who you are, and no matter what the reason is, even if it's somebody you like, if you're just a freak.
So then, okay, let me ask you this then, because. Think about like a hired like hitman who has we can't even count, multiple tens and tens of kills. Are they classified as a serial killer?
I don't think so, and I don't think they
should
be because
their motive
not.
The motive is different.
That's their job.
Yeah.
I mean, if you did that, you could say a soldier, a sniper.
Yeah.
With more than 3 kills.
But with a soldier and a sniper, that's for.
The good of country.
The good of country,
whatever.
where a hitman is just purely
evil. It's still evil.
It's still evil.
They're still killers.
But there's economics involved.
Yeah, they're
here.
doing it for money.
Yeah,
they have no skin in the game usually.
No,
they don't care.
No,
they're like I don't care. Yeah, I don't know. They may be able to. I guess you could consider them serial killers, really, because. You have to have that same mentality. Yeah. It ain't like you're.
But you don't think of it that way. As them being or what about like a hitman for the mob?
That's who I'm talking.
Is
about.
That who I'm talking? My mind went to like the guy on the roof with a sniper rifle and like he's paid to take out a high value target. Like
the kid who too many action movies for you over there.
I think that's where my mind goes. But they're out there. They're out there.
They're definitely out there, man. But. I don't know. I guess the thing with serial killers is that it's what makes it creepy is the mental illness part of it. Is that these people do it without any regard or remorse or a feeling bad. Like they could walk up in here, kill all 3 of us, go home, eat dinner with their family, and be like, "See y'all tomorrow. I'll go to work. Oh, it was a great day." We're up here.
I'm not saying anybody deserves to die because they don't, but like for your situation, Jimmy, like. They've probably got a reason that somebody's going to try to kill them.
There's a reason that the hit is put out on them.
Yeah. These people that die from these people, they're just innocent people going on.
And see, that goes back to what we said earlier, where there's a clear motive. The motive's money.
Sure.
Whether it's the hitman getting the money and also the getting paid to do it.
Yeah.
And also, you think about it. That person has 2 murderers. The one who shoots them or whatever, and then the one who hires the hit, right?
Yeah.
And then they've got motive. Their motive is because they took something from them, or they feel they did, or they didn't.
But to your point, I still think they could probably could still be categorized. Like I said,
they still have to have the mentality that I can kill somebody and it not bother me. If you even look at a respectful hunter, after they kill their animal, they'll show that animal respect and honor. A lot of hunters will do things like eat the heart so that and you could say that stuff's weird, but they're doing that out of acts of respect and honor to the animal.
I eat the heart because it's tasty.
Yeah, a lot of people do that too, right? But you know what I'm saying? That's like a thing. Yeah. Well, I'm not. It's tasty if you cook it. A lot of them do it right in the field when they clean it.
Yeah, I did that once.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
How was that for you?
Not good. But if you smoke that thing, it's amazing.
It's a muscle.
Cut the aortas
it's a steak.
out of it.
It's a steak. It's literally a steak, man. It's muscle. So
here's one, man. I don't know about this. I'm not saying he's a good guy by any stretch of the imagination. But Charles Manson, and it does say ordered there on the side.
Yep.
He never killed anyone.
That we know of.
That we know of.
I agree with that.
Especially any of those there on that list, the 7 that is being referenced there. He did not kill any of those people.
But every one of those people.
he did, because it's like what Brian just said.
He ordering the hit. I guess so.
And not only that, the ones who carried out his killings were all Manchurians. They're all
brainwashed.
Completely brainwashed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And did everything that he said. So if he ordered them to kill them, then he definitely was responsible.
How do you define that though? Because anybody could say, "Hey man, I need you to kill that person over there."
Well,
Jim Jones.
That's another one, man.
Yeah. Like I said, that whole Manchurian thing where they're literally proven brainwashed. They were not, there's one, I seen this one where this mom killed her 2 kids, hurt her, harmed her, killed her own 2 kids. Mm-hmm. I think there are certain things, if you say on YouTube, like they'll.
Oh yeah, we probably should be saying delete it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, right. But we'll see how it goes. It hasn't hit us so
we
far.
We are throwing that kill word around a lot. Yeah.
I think it's the M word that's worse.
Oh, I see.
And especially don't say the R word.
Right.
That's one you can't say.
Yep.
I do see people saying unalived.
Yeah.
Right.
Deleted.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Disappeared. Even news stations. But regardless, we'll come to that. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I was about to say we'll come to that bridge.
We might be recording this again.
Well, you're right. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh well. But so you're talking. Who'd you ask about?
Well, I was talking about
Charles Manson and the whole thing that he ordered him. See, those people they would have done anything for him.
Yeah.
They proved it, Like even the dude, what was his name? Tex
Watkins.
Whatever.
Yeah. Charles Tex Watkins.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Watson.
Well, I thought it was Watkins. You might be right.
Let's see. Manson kept isolated. I think he was.
I'm just wondering because what he had them do to that pregnant lady, if you put him in general pop, I think he would be unalived.
I don't know though, but even so he was in Cochrane, right? That's where he was in prison at, and I've seen specials where people were just so scared of him. They're not. I don't think they're physically scared of him. I think they were just like, he's such a creep that
he's got demons.
Yeah,
on him.
Yeah, like one of them dudes that even big tough dudes were like, they ain't messing with that dude, man. And I'm not sure about that, but you never heard about him getting beat up in prison or him getting.
I know.
Never. And I do know that he was, because he didn't get the death penalty. He just
died.
Yeah, he just died of old age, and I think he just got life or whatever. But I'm sure he wasn't in ADSEG.
It said he was in protective housing from 89 to 17.
And he was like a little 5'1" little bitty guy.
I think a lot of these guys, a lot of the killers are that. I don't. That seems weird. Gary Ridgway was small. Ted Bundy's kind of small.
Yeah. But Ed Kemper was not.
No, Ed Kemper was not. He's the exception to the rule.
Exception.
Is Ed the happy face guy?
No, Ed is the co-ed killer. Ed Kemper. Dude, he looks like a big nerd.
Yep, right there. Edmund Kemper, co-ed killer.
Yep. Look, yeah, check him out.
Because that happy face guy.
But this dude's huge. But he's bigger than the happy face killer. Yes, I know who the happy face killer is. He's a dude that had daughters and would pick up women. Yep. But look, this dude is look at that dude.
Wow.
Yeah. If he snatched you up, you'd just be snatched up.
Well, that's the thing, because in my mind, I'm like, oh man, a serial killer. They better pack a lunch.
Yeah.
Well, what are you going to do with this guy?
Yeah, dude. Look, that's a male officer standing next to him. And I don't know that he might be small. He might be a normal sized guy. But, dude, he is.
I'd say he's below average. Look at the girl.
I noticed that too. But he is still a little taller than her. So say she's 5'3", he's 5'5" or 5'6". And I think Ed Kemper was 6'9".
I think somewhere between 6'8", 6'9".
And I mean, he's just a big dude, man. But they, like I said, they literally said he was such a nice guy to them in prison that
look, height 6'9".
Yeah, dude, he's large and in charge. At least he was.
How tall is Sammy now?
Sammy's about 6'6", 6'7".
Okay.
He's not as big as him. That's a big dude, man.
Why did they let him out after killing his grandparents?
Dude, I think it was something. Because, like I said, I think they were like, "Oh, this was an isolated incident." He's so not like his character to do that. I mean, like I said, he could come up here and you would never know he was a killer. You would think, "Oh, this guy's a genius."
It was like, Ted Bundy. Didn't he represent himself?
Yeah.
In his trial, and then they were letting him. They didn't handcuff him, or they weren't really watching him. Didn't he escape? Didn't he escape from the courthouse because nobody was paying attention?
That was before the trial ever. You're talking about the first time he escaped. They were letting him represent himself, and he said he needed to go to the library.
And he took off.
And he went to the library, and the cop was like, okay, and like was smoking a cigarette outside.
Yeah.
And
it's just Ted.
Yeah.
He's harmless.
Yeah. Went back in a couple minutes later. Dude, he jumped from a second-story window and ran up into the mountains with like on a blown wheel. He blew a tire. He hurt his leg and walked out. I think he was gone when they found him. He was all like emancipated. Like he was all like hadn't ate, was all skinny, and they found him. And then they shipped him. Then they put him back in, and he crawled out through the duct system and escaped again. And he went to Florida, and then he committed more violent acts that took the lives of co-ed women in a sorority house and a 12-year-old girl. And then he actually did. He defended himself in the murder.
At that point.
He lost.
Yeah. So
but even the judge at the end said, "Young man, you'd made a fine lawyer. I wish you would have chose a different path and would have loved to have you practice under me." He was a guy that was able to endear people to him. A lot of people liked him but they said he would turn freaky though.
Yeah. Well, didn't he get killed in prison? What happened there? Do you know the circumstance surrounding
Ted Bundy got killed by old Sparky.
Oh, well, okay. Who? Oh, Dahmer. Dahmer got stabbed, didn't he?
Man, I don't even know if he was in prison for 5 or 6, 7 years. It did not take long. Some dude that thought he was Jesus killed him.
Okay.
Killed him with a
So there was
pipe.
no, like, I'm getting rid of this crazy person. This guy was kind of crazy,
Well,
too.
no, they said Jeffrey Dahmer they said he would say one thing to like all the people, and he wanted to be out, and he was in normal, like without, with other people.
Like Gen Pop.
Yeah, and he would take his food and he would make it look like body parts and taunt the people.
Really?
Because everybody thought he was sick and called him sicko, and he did that apparently to this guy a couple times, and then this guy heard from the Lord.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
That's what he said. And then he cracked while they were like, Jeffrey Dahmer was like, I don't know, mopping a floor or something. And this big dude walked up on him and he cracked him with I don't remember if it was the broomstick or I think there was a lead pipe there for some reason.
Oh, so it wasn't
it
wasn't a shiv?
No. He beat him to death.
Oh.
Yeah. I think when they found him, his head was pretty much soup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, if you, but man, dude, why would you go in there taunting people that think you're a weird freako? It ain't like you're a normal dude. You've been all over the news. Even prisoners have seen you because they get like 3 channels, and guess what? What you did got on all 3 of them.
Oh, absolutely.
Intermediate murders. Are you looking for like when he got killed?
Yeah.
Should be under. There should be a whole death section. I bet it's under here. This is when that was trial. Yeah, it'd be closing arguments, conviction, imprisonment, death. On the morning of November 28th, 1994, Dahmer left his cell to conduct his assigned work detail. Accompanying him were two fellow inmates, Jesse Anderson and Christopher Scarver. Chris Scarver's the one that killed him. The trio were left unsupervised in the showers of the prison gym for approximately 20 minutes. At approximately 8:10 a.m., Dahmer was discovered on the floor of the bathrooms of the gym with extreme head wounds.
A 20-inch metal bar.
He had been severely bludgeoned about the head and face with a 20-inch metal bar. His head had also been repeatedly struck against the wall in the assault. Although Dahmer was still alive and was rushed to a nearby hospital, he was pronounced dead 1 hour later. Anderson had been beaten with the same instrument. He died due to that. Christopher Scarver
so this
killed
dude
both
went wild.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, he went nuts and just lost it. But when did it say how long was he in prison before he got murdered? Dahmer. I don't think it was very long. 94 is when he was. I bet he got put. When did he? On July. Joyce related. When there was a thing, imprisonment upon sentencing. Is there a date there? Shortly after completing his lengthy confessions in 91. So 91 is when he did the trial. Was it Church of Graduate Oklahoma City? I think he went to prison in about 91. Is that right? Does that look right to you?
Yeah, I'm going to say so because he was baptized in 94.
So he wasn't
which
there
I didn't know
very
about
long.
either.
Yeah.
Under 3 years.
Yep.
Under 3 years, and Chris Scarver. I wonder what the other poor guy did.
He was there.
He was just a witness.
Yeah.
It ain't like they were gonna have to look hard, man.
Bye.
Yeah, well.
Oh man.
No doubt, dude. So that's poetic justice.
I didn't know he got baptized in prison.
Yeah. But here's what I'm saying though. Even after he got baptized and did all that, like I said, he would do that, and then the other prisoners said he was like making body parts out of his food and taunting him with it.
Even after that, you say?
Even after his baptism and all that stuff, I think. So, man, how good, man, I know God can save anybody, but man, dude, I mean, how warped are people that are like him? How warped was that guy, man?
Yeah, man.
You know, what broke? Where did it all go wrong?
Okay, what about Aileen?
Oh, she was crazy, man.
So what happened there? Now that's the one that who played her in the movie?
Charlize Theron.
Okay, and she was a prostitute who murdered male clients.
She was just a man hater, dude.
Yeah,
and literally, she grew up horrible. So there's that.
Because that's pretty uncommon too to have a female serial killer.
So she grew up awful. There's a movie about her called Aileen or whatever.
Yeah, the one that was Charlize.
Yeah.
Theron.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go. Forgot we talked about
that. That was like 25 seconds ago.
But anyway, if you watch that, that was actually a pretty good one. And then there's a bunch of good. She did a lot of jailhouse interviews and stuff.
She was pretty.
She always talked to this
She's
dude.
Like real off the chain.
She always talked to this dude named Nick. She'd be like, Nick, no, Nick, I told you, Nick.
Yeah.
They've been filtering my brain, Nick. Nick, the government has been watching me, Nick. I'm telling you, Nick, I'm just ready to die and go home to Jesus. That way they can stop spying on me, Nick. They've been doing this. This is their fault, Nick. Dude, if you watch it, that's what she says. This poor Nick guy is trying to get her story. And dude, she's just wild, man.
So then she robbed all of her victims before shooting them to death and then stealing their cars. Wow.
Yeah. But man, she was very, very, she was abused as a little girl. I think, if I'm thinking right, she lived a big part of her life in like a tent or in like some place in the wood. I mean, it was bad.
Yeah.
She grew up bad, man.
She became fancy.
Yeah. She
Good reference.
Fancy.
That's a Reba McEntire song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go now, fancy, don't let me down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, she did. But she would kill these poor old, I think they were older, and they were like just Johns trying to, do whatever they had to do, they felt. And then she'd take them out and shoot them. And she would, and every time she did, she said they had tried to do that one thing we said we can't say earlier to her, is what she would say.
Yep.
And then
her stretch only lasted about a year, huh?
Yeah, and I think she had a girlfriend that was with her too, man, sometimes. I don't think she got buzzed. I don't think the girlfriend did anything.
How did she get caught, do you know?
I don't know how Aileen got caught.
Nicknamed Damsel of Death.
Yeah, man, dude, this chick was crazy, man. I mean, I think she started doing drugs when she was like very, very, very young, 7, 8 years old, something like that.
Arrest and trial. 1990.
Wuornos and Moore abandoned victim Peter Siem's car after they were involved in a crash. See, so Moore was her girlfriend.
Okay.
Like her,
So then
partner.
they put out a description of the two women, which led to a media campaign to locate them.
Yeah, and I think the cops came in and got them at a bar.
Okay.
That's what I remember in the movie.
And then they sold some of the belongings of the victim in a pawn shop.
Well, I think hers were always kind of motivated by money.
Okay.
At least, well, maybe not motivated by money, but she was like, "Hey, while we're here,
while I'm at it,
while
I'm at it,
what's in that wallet, buddy?" So,
she just needed it. She's like, "Well, I'll just go pick up a
there.
John and
yeah, yep.
That's what we do."
He thinks he's paying me 20. He's going to pay me all of it. Yeah,
all of it.
So, but she's definitely a freak, man. And there aren't many, but the first woman serial killer, or the one that I know of, I don't even know if they consider her a serial killer, but Lizzie Borden. Have you ever heard of her?
Yeah, there's a band named
her
after her.
Yeah,
Gave her mother 40 whacks.
Yeah. Her father said,
what
"What
she
have
done?"
you done?"
Yeah.
She gave him 41. Yeah, man.
Is she considered the first?
I don't know. Look that up. But she was definitely she killed more than 3 people, didn't she? I don't even think she actually killed her mom and dad. It was like her stepdad. It was like her stepmom, and something. I used to know more about that one. But look, let's see. Crimes beginning of the 1590s.
That's Elizabeth Bathory. Is that her?
Who's that?
Elizabeth Bathory.
Oh, first he didn't look at her name. So yeah, scroll down, see if you see, is she even in the list?
Gotta be. She's gotta be.
Just look up Lizzie Borden serial killer. I would look at that. Add the term serial killer and see if it comes up. Lizzie Borden was not a serial killer, but she was accused, tried, and acquitted of the 1892 axe murders of her father and stepmother, Andrew and Abby Borden. Despite this acquittal, the case remains unsolved and controversial, with many people still believing she was guilty, making her a figure of American folklore. So that was the only one. I thought she had other victims that had come to that.
I don't know.
Pray and stay or whatever it was.
I think the house still exists and everything.
Yeah, the Borden house. Yeah, I think so. I think you can tour it or something like that. So I don't know, Jimmy. I guess she didn't even get convicted of that. We cannot, with good conscience, call her a serial killer.
That says, despite the acquittal, the case remains unsolved and controversial. Did you just read that?
Yep.
I just reread it.
Yep, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
A rerun or a reread.
Uh-huh.
So I get, but so I didn't know what I thought. I thought we knew she did it, but I guess we don't.
Man, there are more women than I would have thought.
Yeah, you see that first one there. It's like Arsenic. Like that's usually the
they use
of women is not.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when women are serial killers, they're killing the people they care for, whether it be their own children or their spouses or.
Wasn't there a nurse that was doing that?
Yeah, man. The black was that the Black Dahlia? No, that wasn't the Black Dahlia. Who was it? The Angel of Death or whatever. Yes, there was a nurse that
I want to say
she was euthanizing people pretty much.
That's right here, Gein Toppan.
Is that her?
An Irish nurse.
31 people in Massachusetts. That's her. Suspected over 100 murders. She poisoned the patients for pleasure, earning the nickname Jolly Jane for her outwardly cheerful demeanor. She was found not guilty by reason of insanity in 1902 and was committed to a mental institution and died in 1938. That's not the one I'm talking about. The one I was talking about was more modern than that.
Yeah.
But there is one. But there was actually a guy nurse that did it too.
That was another movie that I had watched not too long ago.
Numerous female nurses have been serial
wow.
killers. It's 2023, but that's in the UK. USA, Gilbert. When was that? 2001. An American nurse at a Veterans Affairs Medical Center. She's good.
Her victims were harmed through insulin overdoses or injections of air. Oh, wow. That Beverly outlet.
She had that one thing. She created emergency situations so she could appear as heroic. So that's a thing that people get. More females get it, and that's the kind of females that they'll do. A lot of them is they will keep their children sick on purpose.
Yeah,
and then they will so that they can constantly mother them and want to feel like they're heroic or whatever.
That's Munchausen syndrome, I think.
Is that really what it's called?
Look it up, producer Rick.
That sounds like a legit thing.
Munchausen.
Munchausen.
Hey, don't ask me how to spell that. There it is, right there.
I was going to say, if you come in my high school class, I would be like, "Oh, that must be Mr. Munchausen."
Check that out.
Definition: Munchausen syndrome, also known as fictitious disorder imposed on a self.
Big
on
brain
self
on Jimmy.
Is a mental condition. But that's when you think about it yourself.
But there's a Munchausen syndrome by proxy.
Oh,
also.
Okay. By proxy. This is when the caregiver fabricates or induces symptoms of another person. Typically that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You're right. That good call, Mr. Munchausen.
That's me.
Shoot.
Sounds like cheese.
It does. It does.
Have you tried this?
Cheese. Have you tried Munchausen cheese?
Give me a slice of that Munchausen cheese.
Hey, Uncle Jimmy, have you tried Munchausen cheese?
Oh, my dad's already turned this episode off, probably.
We're not talking about shows?
Oh, you guys talk about shows and serial killers? I'm not watching that garbage.
Did you tell him not to turn it off, that we didn't talk about shows very much? Did you talk to him?
No, I haven't talked to him. I need to tell him.
I know, that's
You need
funny.
to watch that, Dad. You're going to learn something today.
Munchausen.
Mick Munchausen.
Mm-hmm.
You got to throw that Mick in there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. I think we've had a dark enough time.
Man.
As always, hey, listen, but here, check this out. These are the conversations people need. They didn't know it when they woke up today, but they just found out.
That's right.
I needed to know these half facts.
That's it. One thing you're going to get here is a bunch of half facts.
We're gonna give you things that you can go research and get the real answers for.
We're making you better.
We are doing our best to play a role in your education. But as always, if you would, check this out right here. Go ahead and click like, subscribe, click on the notification bell so you never miss a video. Listen, what takes you just a couple seconds means a great deal to us. We're trying to get the subscriber count, like count, comment count, all of that up so that we can keep bringing this content to you. Once again, thanks for joining the DeTalented podcast. As always, my bearded, back-talking, better-looking co-captain, Jimmy DeTalented, will say bye.
Well, bye. Serial podcasters. That's what we're going for.
Oh, we are. That's pretty good there.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man. Got to get in the dirt.
That's right.